everyone, it's me Lisa from Lisa Knits and Vlogs. I'm back here for a tutorial to show you how to do a rib stitching. I am doing a quick knit close for dolls. I'm doing the cap, but instead I'm doing it on 56 stitches. It works the same way as the on the 48 stitches. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do the rib stitching. We're doing 6 rows of them, of the rib stitching, but I'm going to show you how to do 2 rows. I'm using 4 Seasons Marvel A-Play 100% acrylic 100 grams, done in fawn, made for Spotlight Pty Ltd, www.spotlightstores.com. And the care instructions go as: cool hand wash, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, dry flat in the shade, low iron, dry cleanable. 270 meters per ball, 4mm knitting needles, which is what I'm doing, and that is what the book requires. And it is 22 stitches by 30 rows, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters square, and it's made in India. So I got plenty of the fawn yarn. Now I've already got my 56 stitches on here, and this is how we do it. The first row we knit, so we slip the stitch through this way, wrap it around, and then bring it back out towards you, like so. So then that way the needle's like that, and we slip it off. Now when it comes to do the purl one, we bring the yarn to me, and this time we bring the needle back, so it's to me, wrap the needle around, pull it back out to you and off. Now we put the yarn that towards the iPad, needle in this way and around, and then the needle back to me and off. The yarn towards me. This time the needle for purl goes to the back, like so. Yarn around, and then the needle goes back to the iPad, and then the yarn goes to the iPad, and then the needle goes in for a knit and around and back to me and off. The yarn comes towards me, and I put it to the back, wrap the yarn around, and I bring it back to you and off. The yarn back to you, and then I knit like front ways, and then around and back to me and off. The yarn comes back to me, and then I knit, purl backwards, around, and then and back and off. The yarn back around this way, and then I knit this way, around, back to me and off. The yarn to me, and then I do a purl stitch, like so. You do that all the way across, and I'll meet you to the last stitch. And that's all we do. That's all we do for the first row. And then when it comes time to do the purl, we go back to this way, and then the needle goes to the back. Wrap around, and then the needle back to you. And then around, back out and off. The yarn back to me, and then we purl that stitch. And then when my yarn's not getting tangled up, now back to that way, and then we knit this one, and then back around this way, and we purl it. Wrap this way, and then we knit. Yarn back to me, and then we purl it. When you purl, the needle's always at the back. Yarn back that way, then we knit. Right, so. And then we do that all the way across. And then I'll show you how to start the next line once I am to the end. And once you work that out, that is pretty easy to do then. But just remember, you've got to keep knitting one, purling one. Knit one, purl one. If you know how to knit across and you know how to purl across, exactly the same, but we're making it into a rib instead. And then we do that for the whole 56 rows to the right, 56 stitches. And you can even make a scarf out using this ribbing, the ribbing stitch, if you want to. You can, it's amazing on what you can actually do in with this stitch. So, and then you keep doing that until you get to the last stitch, and then I'll show you how you do row 2. And then it's the same when you do rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last 2 stitches I'm knitting that one, and then the last one I am purling. Now for row 2, because we finished with the purl stitch, now we go back using the knit stitch. So, and then the yarn goes back this way, purl this way, and then the yarn back that way to knit, and then this way for a purl, and it's the same as you go. When you if you finish with a purl stitch, you start with a knit stitch. Every time you finish with a purl stitch, you start with a knit stitch, and you do that all the way across. So you'll knit in your knit stitch, which would have been the purl from the time before, and your knit stitch from the time before now turns to be your purl stitch. And that's what you do for rows 1 through 6 with this baby hat. And once I finish this, I'll show you how it works out. You just got to remember, you knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. So, and that's what you do for the 6 rows, because that's what this hat calls for. 6 rows of knit 1, purl 1, and then rows, the next 4 rows we change colour. No, the next 4 rows after we knit and purl, we stay with this colour, and we knit the first row, purl the second, knit the next row, and purl the 4th row. And then the next 6 rows we change our colours to a lighter colour. Could be white, it could be a dark brown, to go with this, depending on what colours you're using, to what colours you'll be changing. Then rows 4 we go back to the first colour. Then the next row 4 we go back to the light colour, and then 2 rows we go back to our first colour, and the last 2 rows we go back to the lighter colour, or whatever colour that you're using, and then we go back to the dark colour, or whatever your first colour is that you use. Then you knit 4 rows, and that's when you start shaping the hat. So that's it, all it is. That's what you're doing. So once I've done this, I'll show you the pattern. But you just got to remember, it's knit 1, purl 1. It is called the ribbing, the rib stitch. So, And like I said, you can use this pattern to whatever way that you want to use it for. It is up to you. It is up to how you do it. Now, I'll mark off my 2 rows so then that way I know I've done those 2. And this is how it turns out. So you will get it looking like, it'll turn out like this once your 6 rows are done. I do hope you get the chance to like and comment. Even if it's a love heart, it helps the algorithm of the video. I hope you've been enjoying my tutorials, and I'll catch you on the YouTube streets. Bye.